Hello, hello, everybody. This is Diane Covington, and this is the seasonal type of training because I'm about to share with you a whole bunch of tips on how to get appointments to hold during the holidays. I happen to be part of a Facebook group that's open only to directors. So there's another incentive to be a director because there's all these like inside scoop type of Facebook pages. And oh, we got the director's memo. I know what products they're launching in the spring, but I can't tell you. But anyway, that's another great reason to become a director. Seriously. All right. So there's a director who posted, and this is what she said. She said, "Hey, everybody, in December, I always struggle to find new faces or to have women hold appointments because they are too busy. What's your best tip for this time of year to help women book and hold appointments? Also, anyone else feel like this?" 89 directors gave her ideas. Now, I don't know about you all, but I grabbed a pen and paper and I started reading them, and everyone that really resonated, because you're not going to take all 89 ideas, let's be real. And you don't want to get overwhelmed with too many ideas. But as you read through them, you might go, oh, I like that one. And so you're going to jot down a few of these. And then if I were you, I would implement a few of them. Okay, so I'm actually going to screen share and go to this Facebook page with you guys because I think it's going to be more beneficial for you to see some of these as I walk through them. All right, so you can see there's her little meme or whatever you call those little cartoon people of us, whatever. All right, so she had 89 comments. So she says, this now is the best time to book a color appointment. Everyone's trying to get ready for their holiday parties and New Year's Eve. You could also do quick 15-minute hand facials if they keep saying time is an issue. So you could even host your own and just send the invite out just to current customers, right? And say, hey, I'm doing a like a glamorama, or I'm doing a holiday blah blah blah. Text me. It's in a week, but I need to get samples out in the mail by, let's say today's Tuesday, so by Thursday. Text me if you're interested, and maybe you'd pop in the mail a CC cream, a primer, a color card. Maybe that's it. Okay. And so they would do their skincare beforehand, and then, or they could just watch you do your own skin, but then they would watch you do primer. This is really key. Either come to the table with half your face done and half your face naked, and then show them how to use primer. You assume they know how, but they don't. How to use CC cream, the difference between CC cream and foundation, and then do a color card. And even if, let's say they're into really soft neutrals and they get a brown-eyed color card and they want to do something less dramatic, it's also in knowing how to apply it. So I thought that was a brilliant idea. It's about have a color appointment. Okay, so another possibility, she says, I am booking a beauty experience for the holidays. I tell them it's less than 60 minutes and people book their hair and nails all month, so we can too. So again, you say, well, I'm booking a beauty experience for the holidays. It could be skincare. You could say I'm doing a like a beauty glamour experience for the holidays, and you could do one that's color and let people sign up. And again, you could put in the mail a packet, drop it off, or even give them your address if they're local and say, hey, come pick it up off my porch, whatever. Okay. This gal did one. This is what she's booking. It's called hydrogel patches and charcoal mask. And her little invitation, I can take snippets and post some of these, is detox and depuff before the new year. Claim your free session today. So she posts this to see who wants to do this. So my guess is she probably, I guess you could do whatever you want with this. You could either do skincare with charcoal. You could talk about the eye patches. You could say everybody who gives me their RSVP a week in advance will get eye patches in the mail. I realize the eye patch samples are a little more expensive, so that's totally up to you. You could even do this though at your house or your studio or whatever. And you could say, claim your free session today. And maybe you're hosting one on Friday. Maybe you're hosting one the following week. But again, it could be an opportunity for you to have that kind of an event. I just thought that was super, super cute. Okay, so let's go back and look at some of these others. I think there's people trying to get in. Oops, sorry about that, you guys. Hold on, let me just admit these people. Okay, so the next thing they have on here is, why is that right in the middle of my thing? Sorry. Okay, so another person's having a sip and shop, holiday spot, hydration station. So she's having a sip and shop. So she could set up at some retail place. If she knows a top realtor, she might say, oh my gosh, I'm going to be at this real estate office or this mortgage office in their lobby from this time to this time. It's a sip and shop, holiday hot spot. You could say, I'm even having a hydration station. So what would be at a hydration station? It would be satin hands, satin lips, moisture gel mask, probably the purple jar of oil-free hydrating gel, the intense moisturizing cream. Let's see, satin hands, satin lips. Oh, biocellulose mask, anything that has anything to do with hydration. Um, she says, I do this also on the goes, meet and greet where people work. I talked to 3 or 4 directors today that say that they're reaching out to their friends that have real estate offices, mortgage offices, insurance offices, and asking if they could do a pop-up in their employee break room or their employee lunchroom. And they'll do it from like 11 to 2. So they get all the lunch break people and all of that. So I just thought that was a brilliant idea. So let's go look at some more of these 89 comments. Okay, so we have the detox and depuff idea. This one says, I'm booking a beauty experience for the holiday. I tell them it's less. Oh, we already did that one. Okay. Best time to book color appointments. We talked about that. 5 in 5 appointments take 15 minutes. So she says to them, hey, Marty, I'd love to stop by. I just need 15 minutes or less. I'm going to share with you the 5 most popular products. I'm going to be in the area tomorrow. Could I pop by at 1? And Marty goes, yeah, sure. You can pop by my office at 1 o'clock. Well, then set up another one at, well, give yourself driving time, but set up another one at 1:45, set up another one at 2:30. You could set these up 45 minutes apart. That gives you time to close, take orders, and literally your presentation's 15 minutes. So I thought that was brilliant. It says they need to look good for the holidays. They're going to see everyone. You go them, and I think it's you go with them and customize what you show them, mainly color. Whatever you show, you will sell. So be sure to bring the testers and sellable items. She says, I'm done in 30 minutes. So what's really fun, and I just was talking to somebody at corporate staff about this, is let's say you show up to Melanie's office and you've got a very neutral look on. You've got maybe crystalline and hazelnut on your eyes, right? And maybe a brown liner. And then you're going to say, well, let me show you guys how to look good for the holidays. And you're going to wipe off your rosewood and you're going to put on appleberry. And you're going to grab your green liner and you're going to just use maybe 2 colors in the corner to drama up your eyes and show them how that's how they're going to look good for the holidays. But just like this gal, Dana Marie said, whatever you demo is what they're going to buy. So if you show how to do a great cat eye with a waterproof eyeliner pen, and then you don't have any pens to sell, that's not good. They're talking about doing stuff on Zoom. Here's one that says she does sip and shop holiday hotspot. Okay, we talked a little bit about that. Texting parties, loves Zoom. Adding Zoom, they're going to do some stuff on Zoom, which I think is great. Here's another one called You Are Invited to a Sip and Sparkle. It says enjoy complimentary anti-aging, obviously skincare, deep moisturizing hand and lip treatments, that's satin hands and satin lips, while you sip on a yummy drink. Share your appointment with 2 girlfriends and receive a free limited edition Mary Kay Cream Sparkle lipstick. So now think about this. You host this at your house or your studio or whatever. People can come. You're going to do quick skincare. You're going to do satin hands, satin lips. That's it. And you give them either spice cider, hot chocolate, maybe have both. You can get packets of that stuff like at Sam's Club or whatever. But if they bring 2 girlfriends, they automatically get a free lipstick. So I thought that was a brilliant idea. And again, I will post these on the Facebook page so you guys can see different. Oh, I guess I shouldn't keep clicking on it. You guys can see different options. Okay. So that's just another one of those really good ideas is the sip and sparkle. This gal says, 20-minute beauty boost Zoom appointment with 10 guests, either for me only or I do for a consultant and her 10 guests. So you give away 1 dynamic wrinkle limiter if they have 10 guests. Oh my gosh. So let's say Patsy is my client. I'd say, Patsy, oh my gosh, I would love to give you a dynamic wrinkle limiter for free. All you've got to do is have 10 people on. So it's Zoom, and you're going to call it a 20-minute beauty boost. You could have samples or not have samples. I find on those, it's totally okay to not have samples. You're going to focus on self-care being important this busy month. So say you are working with busy people this month, so she won't say she's too busy. Bedtime facials, like cute graphics posted here. So lots of great, again, this is a 20-minute. So anybody will log into Zoom for 20 minutes, right? You tell them it's an hour and a half, they're not interested. But you say, oh my gosh, I'm hosting a 20-minute beauty boost Zoom. And you can either bring 10 guests and I'll automatically give you a dynamic wrinkle limiter for free with 10 guests. You could even say, if you have 6 guests on, I'll give you one at half off, so that all they need is 4 more guests. Can you imagine if one of my clients got me 10 guests, to me, that's a huge sign that they make a great prospect. They make a great team member if they get 10 guests on an event. All right, now here's one that she shared. that's all about Christmas. I thought this was very clever. So this, you literally post this and you say, I'm doing 25 faces of Christmas and I'm looking for 4 ladies who want to do this look, 4 ladies that want to do this, 4 ladies that want to do sugar plum fairy, 4 that want to do hot cocoa, and 4 that want to do frosting. And you're looking for somebody who has light blonde hair in this category, who has dark blonde hair, who has light brunette hair, has dark brunette hair, and has black hair. So what's interesting is that that look is going to look very different on the light blonde haired gal than the dark brunette haired gal. Okay. This is a relatively dramatic look. This is going to look very dramatic on a blonde haired person, but the dark brunette and the black haired gal, it's not going to be dramatic at all on them. And then if you wanted to, you could even go in with another consultant. If you went in on it with, let's say, 2 consultants, so a total of 3 of you, a $500 giveaway, 500 retail, costs you $250. And then each consultant kicks in, if there's 3 of you, each consultant would kick in whatever 3 divided by 250 is. So again, you could totally do that. And it says must not have done a facial or makeover before with Mary Kay. So you're literally looking for a model, and I would put their picture in here if it were me. I would literally take this flyer and I would post somebody's picture right in here as brunette hair. So let's say the brunette hair for this look and this look is booked, but you meet a brunette haired woman. You can say, well, those looks are taken, but I'd love to share either of these 3 looks with you. And I'll find out what exactly these colors are, although it's pretty easy to tell what they are, right? I mean, you can kind of tell what most of them are. So again, I thought that was a great idea. All right, let me go back. So please feel free to type in the chat too, any comments on any of these, and on any of the things that I'm commenting on. Okay. Now this gal, she was sharing, she wanted their scripting. She says, thank you for sharing and for being such a strong example. Would you mind sharing your scripting? You're impressive. I'd love to hear how many parties you're booking. She says, well, I'm going to do a Zoom call with several others on this feed tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern time. I'm in Massachusetts. That's why I can send my scripting to all of you and show you how to book the ripping work to get the booking done. I'll find out who recorded that because I'm sure somebody recorded it. She's going on. I thought maybe there'd be a link on here. I would love the Zoom. I'd love to come too or see the recording. Please add me. So all these directors, isn't this cute? All these directors want to hear what she has to say. So here she gives you her Zoom code. It'll be December 3rd. Isn't that today? It is. And it's already going on. So it was at 5 o'clock. So I'll follow up with that to pass that on to you guys. But I thought some of these, so here's what I will tell you, I think is very appealing to women. When it has a theme to it, like detox and depuff, or you do the thing like beauty experience, or you do a color appointment, and you could do it, you could do any of these things. You could do a 5 and 5. These, especially, I wouldn't call it a 5 and 5 because that's not really romancing it very well. I would definitely give it a theme, like, and you could say, gosh, Melanie, I do 4 different mini appointments. One is all about anti-aging. One is all about hydration. One has to do with sun damage and spotting on your skin. And the last one has to do with color. Which of those 4 would you be most interested in? And let's say Melanie says, oh, well, I want to do the hydration one. I'm like, okay, great. Well, that one is Thursday night at 7 o'clock. And then let's say Marty goes, well, I want to do the one with sun damage. It's like, okay, well, that one's Friday at 5 o'clock. So you could literally take a theme and have 2 or 3 different things and be booking yourself. And then, of course, you can offer it to your team and allow your team to jump on as well. But you could do it Zoom, you could do it in person, you could do whatever you want. I think Sip and Shop is cute. Holiday hotspot. You could really play up a lot with those type of words. You could do, you know, luxury lips, or you could do anything with a holiday party. And again, a lot of these people are doing stuff on Zoom. Some are doing it in person. I really like this Sip and Sparkle. When I did this is right literally toward the end of COVID. So I think it was like maybe the fall of 2021. And we literally went to, I think it was Sam's Club, and we got envelopes of apple cider, like hot cider, and we got envelopes of hot chocolate. And we'd say to them, I'm mailing your packet out. Did you want hot chocolate or hot cider? And we would literally, and I know it weighed more, I get it, but I think we had 100% attendance on that event. So I think we had maybe 9 or 10 women on, but that's a really, really fun kind of thing to do. You could do like a Sip and Sparkle or whatever. So I think some of these ideas are great. I love the treasure hunt where you're basically looking for specific people. Let me see what some of these comments are. And then I'm going to give you a couple ideas. They're asking where you got the graphics and the flyers and all that stuff. Okay, so what if, I just thought that was really cool. I wanted to share that with all of you guys. So what if you wanted to do something that was themed like that, but you're trying to shake it up a little bit? So the goal for this year, seminar 2025, so we're almost halfway through, is to not only build your customers deep, why, which is adding more customers, like the company has this and that challenge to add 61 people, but it's also to get them deep. So for example, Jen Allen, one of my customers, she called me today and she said, I'm out of my day cream, blah, blah, blah. And I says, well, I'm curious, how come you're not out of night cream or lifting serum? She says, Diane, I'm embarrassed to admit, but I almost never wash my face at night. So I gave her this little pep talk about how important it is to wash your face at night. And she said, she goes, but I'd really be interested in learning a little bit more about color. I love your CC cream, but I'd love to get matched and so on. She goes, do you ever do anything like that? And I said, oh my gosh, I'm looking at doing to go from office to the cocktail party in 2 weeks. And she goes, oh my gosh, I want to come to that. And I'm going to give people the option of joining on Zoom. They can watch on Zoom, but if they want the samples and to experience everything, they're actually going to have to come to the location. So you guys have the freedom and flexibility to do anything like that, literally anything. Now, if you're trying to find a place to host it, let's say you don't want to have it at your house, ask somebody who has a real estate office, a mortgage office, anybody who's got an office, maybe even a cafe that's only open for breakfast and lunch that might have an opening at dinner time, or they're closed during dinner time. So you could have something like that. And keep in mind, not everybody's working. You could have stay-at-home moms and retirees come during a pampering thing. The last idea I want to share with you, and we're going to talk about this a little bit at our meeting tonight, is, well, what if you did some luxury lunches? So let's say you call Susie, who's one of your customers, and you know that she's a teacher, okay? And you call Susie and say, Susie, oh my gosh, I have to ask you a question. Did you hear about this dynamic wrinkle limiter, blah, blah, blah. And if you get her excited about it, say, you know what? I'd love to give you one at half off or free. Could I throw an idea past you? And she'd go, yeah, sure. And say, well, you work at a school, right? And so she goes, I do. Say, well, what day do you get paid? Oh, we get paid on Friday the 13th and we get paid on the 1st. I said, okay. So what if on Friday the 13th, I set up a card table in the teacher's lounge and I just demoed satin hands and satin lips and I gave away a gift basket. What do you think? She goes, oh my God, the teachers would. And I said, and I'd have mint lotion for their feet and legs. She goes, oh, the teachers would love that. So envision this. Let's say it's an elementary school and there's 20 teachers on staff, counting office people or whatever. So let's just say out of those 20, 16 walk through the door. You're going to do 16 people. And I learned this hard way. You start with mint bliss so you can wash it off. And then you would have them wash the mint bliss off with satin hands and then have them do satin lips. And if you wanted to, you could do just that. You could do a drawing and say, well, I'm going to give away, because you want their name and number, you want their information. So you could either have them fill out an entry slip and guess like how many items are in a jar. They could spin the prize wheel on your phone or an iPad. There's actually an app called Spin the Prize Wheel. You could do something like that. I've also done the spin the prize wheel where I have all 6 samples on the wheel. So I have a microdermabrasion is one, glycolic radiance peel, foundation primer, charcoal mask, hydrating gel mask, and vitamin C serum. So those are the 6 that I put on this wheel. And I said, well, spin the wheel and you get to take a spa sample. They're like, really? And I said, yeah. And let's say they spin it and they get vitamin C serums. I said, so let me ask you a question, Melanie. What would you love to change about your skin? And Melanie's like, well, I have a little bit of scarring from old acne when I was in high school. And I'd say, do you mind if I switch your prize? She goes, no, why? And I said, well, because the microdermabrasion you would die to try. And she goes like, okay, give me that one. It's so funny how, they're excited to get their spa sample. So if you had 20 teachers at a school, and let's say 16 walked into the lunchroom because they're not on yard duty or whatever, and out of those 16, I guarantee you someone, or at least one is going to say, I used to use Mary Kay and I don't have a consultant. Happens all the time, right? And so you want to realize that there are guy teachers. So you don't want everything too girly, but if you do satin hands, satin lips, and then just let them rub the mint foot and leg energizer, I only let them rub it, on one leg for a reason. I said, okay, well, pick whichever leg feels the most tired. If they're equally tired, pick one anyway. You're going to rub it all over the calf. If you can kick off your shoe, great. Most people are in like boots and socks. So they don't kick off their shoe. But if they rub it on one leg, in about 3 or 4 minutes, that whole leg will have this amazing cooling sensation, right? And so then you do satin hands and satin lips and then get their information for a drawing. And then you could say, Well, I'm doing a Zoom. I am doing a spa and sparkle or a spa and pamper session on Zoom in a week. Now, here's what I would do is I would bring with me maybe 7 or 8 packets of dry to normal, maybe 4 or 5 packets of combo to oily because I sell more dry to normal. And in each packet is going to be a lookbook, skincare, charcoal mask, and gel mask. That's just what I demo. And so I'd say, well, if you are interested in committing to attending next Thursday, I'm happy to give you a packet, but they're just for the people that are attending next Thursday. And so let's say Katie goes, that's great. I'll commit to next Thursday. Say, great. In fact, Katie, here's a raffle prize ticket, or write your name on this raffle prize ticket. I'll hold on to it because I'm going to do a drawing that night. Now, for every person you bring with you, or that jumps on Zoom with you, you have enough samples in here for at least one other person, not counting you. But I'll give you 2 tickets for each person you bring. So if you bring 2 people with you, you get 4 more tickets. It's so funny. They don't really even care what you're giving away. They just want more tickets than their friends. Okay. So I hope you guys have liked some of these ideas. What I will tell you is give people options. Give people options of, oh, I'm doing 2 different Zoom events. One is color and I'm going to teach me. So you would come. Now me, when I wash my face, the eyebrow disappears. The eyelashes disappear. I am one off-white. I kind of look like this. One off-white blob. And so if I come on camera and this half has got an eyebrow and eyelashes, I'm not kidding you. This literally looks like another person. So I would come on and say, okay, you guys, I'm going to teach you how to go from this to this. And they're like, okay. And so they literally will just watch. Now, if you've mailed them samples and they have a primer and a CC cream and a color card, you can go through the skincare yourself and say, it's all about prep. It's all about taking care of your skin. And then say, now we're going to do primer. Grab your little envelope. It would go on a lot better if your skin was freshly clean. You know what I mean? Like walk them through, teach it. So you could do something like that. They don't have to have samples. If they see you doing things, it'll be really, really fun. Okay. I think teaching women how to go from office to cocktails, and I don't really want to promote alcohol drinking. So it's like, there's got to be some other cute name. If you've got a cute name, type it in the chat. So it would be something like going from a daytime look to an evening look, maybe from denim to diamonds. Like you could say, well, I'm having this denim to diamonds, going from denim in the daytime to diamonds in the evening. What are the what are the things you need? Maybe you need a bronzer. Maybe you need a little bit of either emerald or merlot or cinnabar, one of those dramatic colors to just put in the corner. Maybe you need to go from a no liner to the green liner, which is what I have on. But show them how to do that because again, you will sell whatever you demo. So I would give them maybe 1 or 2 Zoom options. If you don't have a big house and you don't want to do one at your house, you could always use an office. And if you're trying to get leads, I would definitely call friends. We all know 4 or 5 realtors. There's not anybody on this planet that doesn't know realtors. They're everywhere. So call 4 or 5 of your realtors and say, hey, I'd love to do a realtor appreciation in your office. I have 3 openings next week. I'd like to pop in and I will be there from 11 to 1 and I'll send you a flyer. Could you promote it? Because realtors very rarely are in an office. They're always out and about. But if you promoted it and you give the woman in charge an extra incentive and say, I'll tell you what, I'll give you a gift for every 3 people that you get to your office. Or I'll give you a free eyeshadow for each person that shows up. Get her 6 people there, give her 6 eyeshadows or whatever you want to give. But that would also get you names and numbers. So sometimes it's just getting out of your house, getting in front of people. People are spending thousands of dollars at the mall, thousands of dollars at Walmart, Sephora, and Ulta. So don't think they're not spending money. Okay. I hope these ideas have helped you guys. Let me know which ideas you loved, and I hope you have a fabulous day.